Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown results 205 Live, which is only a documentary now. And also, you have a main event. Birthdays. By the way, this is for April the 10th, 2020 video. Birthdays from the night. New Raw superstar Bianca Belair turned 31 years old. The EST of WWE was officially moved from the NXT to the Raw roster on Monday's post WrestleMania 36 edition of Raw. She is now with the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Of course, Angelo Dawkins and her husband is Montez Ford. The latest social media challenge to hit the internet is the Don't Rush Challenge. And superstars from WWE Women's Division have released a video that some are saying is the best yet. The Don't Rush Challenge videos shows people, including celebrities and random fans, becoming the best version of themselves in just a matter of seconds. Naomi organized the various female WWE superstars and then released the video. I'll show it here. The video begins with Sasha Banks, who is in bed when she receives a phone call from the real boss, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. The video then features Naomi, Nia Jax, Zelina Vega, Tamina Snuka, SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley, Liv Morgan, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Carmella, Natalya, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Bianca Belair, and Lana. One fan asked the WWE Women's Champion Alexa Bliss why she wasn't even featured. I didn't want to do my makeup. Bliss responded. Jax added, LOL, I tried to get her. R-Truth has organized the men's division into recording their own version of the Don't Rush Challenge for social media. The challenge shows people becoming the best version of themselves in just a matter of seconds. The women's division at this link, the men's division, features Truth, Titus O'Neil, Otis, NXT champion Adam Cole, NXT Tag Team champion Matt Riddle, No Way Jose, Aiden English, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Mojo Rawley. Also Kalisto, who has grown a beard while he's been away, Lince Dorado, and Universal Champion Braun Strowman. The My Spy family comedy movie with 2020 Hall of Famer Batista has been delayed once again. However, now it's been announced that the movie will go straight to Amazon Prime for streaming instead of theatrical release. And here's a trailer of the movie. The premiere date has not been announced, but we'll keep you updated. You can see the trailer in that link. The movie was originally scheduled for late 2019, when it was announced January 2020, and then pushed to April 2020. And due to coronavirus pandemic, forced the movie to delay again. And it ended up opening in Australian theaters, and then that was it. Promotional material for the movie noted that Batista stars as a hardened CIA operative named JJ, not Kid Dynamite, but who had been demoted. He finds himself at the mercy of a 9-year-old girl named Sophie, played by Chloe Coleman, after he has been sent undercover to conduct surveillance of her family. The kid discovers hidden cameras in her home and uses her tech savviness to locate where the surveillance operation is set up at. She then convinces JJ to spend time with her and teach her to be a spy in exchange for promising to not blow his cover. While reluctant, JJ finds that he is no match for Sophie's wit and disarming charm. The movie also stars Ken Jeong, Parissa Fitzhenley, and Kristen Shaw. In other pro wrestling related movie news, reported last year, WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart will star in the new Demented movie, which is described as a film within a film by the producers. The horror film is scheduled to be released around Halloween 2020. It also stars former TNA Knockouts champion Angelina Love, plus Dakota House, Felissa Rose, Ari Lehman, Hannah Hudson, Anisha Gopal and Cheyenne Ennis. The project currently is raising money on Kickstarter at this link with a goal of more than $18,000. New Blood Entertainment Limited from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada issued the following on the movie. Go to that link. Lacey Evans, WWE Superstar, Lacey Evans WWE says, is your family or a family you know have been financially affected by this? Submit the story by email and bio, and we will choose one family a week to help where we can. Keep safe, stay healthy, and let's motivate and uplift each other. Earth, Globe, Europe, Africa. Hashtag we can do it flexed. Biceps. Hashtag keep pushing. Hashtag this too shall pass. And that link. Breaking, effective today, Friday, April the 10th, 2020. The Revival have agreed on their immediate release from WWE. We wish them the best of their future endeavors, as they have been released. Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, ho, ho, music video can be heard at this link. WWE is planning a lengthy set of WWE NXT, Raw, and SmackDown tapings from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida this week. Our earlier report noted that how they plan to take over another hotel in the area for the talent to stay in and tape in waves to follow CDC guidelines for the COVID-19 outbreak. Also, supposedly, taping from the headquarters your Money in the Bank matches pay-per-view. WWE reportedly take extra safety measures at the Performance Center tapings as they continue to work through the coronavirus pandemic. As they plan to change ropes, turnbuckles, aprons, and canvas after every single match. According to PW Insider, they are also planning to do a complete sanitizing of the Performance Center as they work. Recent comments from WWE Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon on others' ways that they are staying safe while taping due to outbreak. All, as of noted, they are currently at a stay-at-home order in place for the state of Florida. But there's no word yet on how WWE is dealing with that. I'll give you more updates with future videos. Also noted, WWE will return to airing live TV on WWE NXT, Raw, and SmackDown this week. Despite the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, they will continue to air from closed sets with limited personnel at the empty Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, and NXT Arena at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. WWE returning to live TV reportedly has to do with their contracts with NBC Universal and Fox, according to a new report from Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. Also, last week, WWE had plans to tape several weeks of TV beginning on Friday. Meltzer reports that 5 weeks of each TV show was to be taped, along with 205 Live and main event episodes. But plans changed on Friday when WWE Chairman Vince McMahon made a call. Talents were ready to tape several episodes, go back home, and then return in May, possibly for the May 10th Money in the Bank pay-per-view. They were then told on Friday that they would start going live this week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It was also noted that the reason for the return to live TV is the fear of being in violation of WWE TV contracts, which state that WWE must go live for 49 or 52 weeks per year, and WWE doesn't want any issues there. Meltzer speculated that NBCU and Fox could deny that they said anything to WWE about going live, and it's possible that they did and returned to live TV. It's Vince's reaction, but it's also possible that Vince feels like he's getting a step ahead before the networks ask him to return to live TV. However, the TV contracts are the reason for the return to live TV this week, according to a new report from WOR, Wrestling Observer Radio. It should be noted that there is no word yet on neither network threatening WWE with a possible contract violation, and it seems likely they would understand that WWE is trying to operate during trying times. It was believed by many that the workload would go down once the first positive coronavirus test came from within WWE. The positive test was confirmed last week, and WWE actually increased workload returning to live TV. Mojo noted that the positive test would have came on the second day of WrestleMania 36 tapings last month. But in theory, it was after the tapings. So no one working the tapings were affected. The report noted that it had been confirmed a member of the WWE broadcast team was the one who tested positive. But it was not Corey Graves. His girlfriend Carmella has also been ruled out. Also noted, WWE confirmed that the person is doing well and already recovered. So who else has been gone off of TV lately? Meltzer also noted that both AEW and WWE have violated state orders when it comes to how many people they have in the building for these closed set tapings. Both companies have had more than 10 people present for the tapings. Of course, you got off camera, the cameraman. Different angles from the camera as well. So that's multiple cameramen. AEW has had wrestlers around the ring. So there you go, more than 10 people. But AEW President Tony Khan has been the only person backstage in the gorilla position at the AEW tapings. The last man standing match at WrestleMania 36 between Hall of Famer Edge and Randy Orton proved that WWE has had more in the gorilla position, but both companies have worked to do the best that they can. Despite the efforts and the concerns, people are still stunned at WWE going live this week, especially after the positive COVID-19 test. WWE Hall of Famer Jerry King Lawler is returning to Raw, and while he does not want to work, there is some added concern there because his age puts him at a greater risk when it comes to the coronavirus. The same goes for talents like Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns because of their health, who have not been confirmed for this week's TV like Lawler has. Of course, Reigns isn't returning anytime soon. And WWE is keeping his name out of the mouths of everybody. Several WWE stars took part in the Don't Rush Challenge. Mandy Rose and Lana, who are part of the challenge, have also participated in several TikTok videos in their underwear, including a virtual dance-off. And you can vote your opinions at this link. My vote, neither one of them get a vote. Mandy, okay, that was Twitter with Daily News. Mandy's Instagram posted her at this link. New WWE NXT storyline was reportedly based on a terrorist organization that was active in the 1970s. As I've noted, recent NXT episodes on the USA Network have shown masked men abducting two superstars in the parking lot, Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde. It's unknown if this is related, but both superstars have lost to Kushida earlier tonight before they were kidnapped by the mystery men wearing lucha masks and driving an SUV. The storyline is based on a Symbionese Liberation Army. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, the SLA was a left-wing terrorist organization active in the United States in the early 70s. They were known for committing various acts of violence, most famously the kidnapping of heiress Patty Hearst, the 19-year-old daughter of publishing magnate William Randolph Hearst, was kidnapped in 1974. But it was announced less than 2 weeks later that she had joined the SLA. Hearst stated later on that the members of the group had threatened to kill her and sexually assaulted her, which led to them brainwashing and then indoctrinating her. Hearst's attorney would later use the Stockholm Syndrome argument while defending her in court. Apparently, the NXT superstars being abducted, and there looks to be others in the coming weeks besides Wilde and Mendoza, will begin to sympathize with their kidnappers as Hearst did and join them in a new NXT stable. Are they also copying the Dark Order from AEW? The leaders of the SLA were Donald General Field Marshal Sink DeFries and William General Tico Harris. The main leader of the new NXT stable will reportedly be Jorge Bali, formerly known as King Cuerno, and El Hijo del Fantasma, who is making their debuts real soon. Bali signed with WWE in August 2019, but suffered a knee injury and was on the shelf for a few months. He finally made his in-ring debut in February of this year and had teamed with Mendoza a few times at NXT live events. It was noted that Bali will be somewhat based off of DeFries, but there will also be other NXT superstars that help lead the group based on Harris. No word yet on who the other NXT superstars to be kidnapped are, or who the leaders of the group will be. Also, not clear how militant or controversial WWE will go with booking the stable, but SLA is reportedly the inspiration behind the new group. We should know more on the storyline after the next few NXT episodes, which are being taped this week and next week in Orlando. Hall of Famer Edge appeared on Corey Graves' guest on the WWE's After the Bell podcast this week. Graves revealed that he was considering an in-ring return after watching Edge's recent WWE 24 documentary on his comeback from retirement. Documentary featured footage of Edge visiting Dr. Joseph Maroon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to get cleared to return to the ring 9 years after suffering career-ending neck injury. Graves said he was inspired by Edge's comeback story and thought about visiting Dr. Maroon himself, as he lives in Pittsburgh, where Maroon is also based. Watching it, honestly, man, it was inspiring, Graves told Edge. Highlight to Sportskeeda. I would say at 2 or 3 different points I went, man, I live in Pittsburgh now. I should go find Dr. Maroon. It just gave me that urge to do this all over again. And I don't know whether or not that's a possibility, but the thought was planted in my brain for quite some time. Graves, a former WWE NXT Tag Team Champion, made his pro wrestling in-ring debut back in 2000 and had a successful career on the Indies. He worked a few dark matches for WWE, but then signed in 2011 and wrestled for NXT brand until March 2014. He was forced to retire later that year after suffering concussion-related issues and has worked WWE TV shows and pre-shows since then. WWE released a statement to Pro Wrestling Sheet that an on-screen talent in the company who is not on the roster tested positive for the COVID-19. A WWE employee has tested positive for COVID-19. We believe this matter is low risk to WWE talent and staff, as the individual and a roommate became symptomatic in the days following exposure to two people working in acute health care on the evening of March 26th. After WWE's TV production on a closed set was already complete, the employees had no contact with anyone from WWE since being exposed to those two individuals is doing well and made a complete recovery. According to Pro Wrestling Sheet, the person went out to dinner after the last batch of TV tapings at the end of March, which included WrestleMania, with friends who work in the healthcare industry. The person began feeling sick and was tested for coronavirus. Person tested positive and has been in quarantine the entire time. The person was cleared of the virus and is now feeling much better. According to PW Insider, the person did not work Friday's SmackDown taping. Despite the current pandemic, over the past few weeks, WWE has been taping on a closed set at the Performance Center in Orlando. WWE has been checking the temperatures of everyone who enters the building, along with changing the ropes, aprons, turnbuckles, and canvas after each match, in addition to a complete sanitizing of the Performance Center as they work. They've also encouraged everyone to wear masks while in the building. Not during wrestling, though. As noted, there is currently a stay-at-home mandate in Florida, but as of yesterday, Vince McMahon reportedly decided to keep Raw, SmackDown, and NXT as live as possible, rather than taping numerous episodes throughout the week to cover WWE programming until May 5th. NXT superstar Cal Bloom made his WWE main roster debut during post-WrestleMania 36 edition of SmackDown on Fox. Bloom lost to Sheamus in a fairly quick match. That's what you could call a squash match. Bloom is a second-generation star, as his father is former WWE, WCW, and AWA talent Wayne Bloom of the Beverly Brothers and the Destruction Crew. Wayne last appeared for WWE in 1993 and has been retired since 1999. 25-year-old Cal was signed by WWE in March 2019, along with Robert Stone and Malcolm Bivens. He made his in-ring debut that May, but has rarely been used past several non-televised live events where he usually comes up on the losing end. Cal played football for the University of Central Florida as a tight end. Before getting into pro wrestling, he played for the UCF Knights from 2012 to 2016. This is not Bloom's official call-up from NXT to the main roster. As noted earlier, NXT's Forgotten Sons were called up on the SmackDown and have joined the Blue Brand roster. WWE will be going back to live episodes of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT for the Performance Center in Orlando. Taping next week starts. Currently a stay-at-home order mandate in Florida. WWE sent a statement to ESPN about the change, according to the statement. Earlier on social media, Carmella cleared up the rumor that she had the coronavirus. She responded to a now deleted tweet. I appreciate your concern, but don't believe everything you read on the internet. Fortunately, I've been healthy through all of this. It was reported yesterday, WWE confirmed that one of their employees tested positive for coronavirus. It was not an active wrestler. The person is doing well and made a complete recovery, according to WWE's statement. This week's post-WrestleMania edition of WWE SmackDown on Fox opens up from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Michael Cole welcomes us to the show. He joined in by Corey Graves. We go right to the ring. Out comes the new Universal Champion, Braun Strowman. We see how Strowman won the title from the WWF Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg during night one of WrestleMania 36. Strowman said he did more than answer the door when the opportunity knocked. He knocked it off the dang hinges. He took the spear from Goldberg and refused to stay down. Strowman said, there's a reason Goldberg is a legend. Strowman said he got back up and put Goldberg down for good, and now he's a champion. Strowman calls it the greatest moment of his career. Music interrupts, and out comes Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura enters the ring and laughs at Strowman. Strowman says, this isn't funny, and asks Nakamura what he wants. He brings up how Strowman just said, you better answer when the opportunity knocks on the door. Nakamura says, knock, knock. But Strowman isn't laughing. Nakamura says Strowman was supposed to play along. He's knocking on Strowman's door. Nakamura goes on, and Strowman says, no one tuned into SmackDown to hear Nakamura. So let Braun have his night, or he will knock the crap out of Nakamura. You get it? Nakamura. Nakamura goes on and repeats an old Japanese proverb. Strowman says later tonight, Nakamura is going to get these hands. Cesaro tried to sneak attack, but Strowman knocked him out of the ring. Nakamura nailed the kick from behind, which brings Strowman down to one knee. Nakamura then joins Cesaro on the ramp as they regroup. Strowman is furious in the ring as Nakamura's music hits and they look on. So the comes back the dirt sheet. Plus, Otis and Mandy Rose and the Kabuki Warriors get their rematch. We got a commercial. Didn't Shane McMahon say no automatic rematches? Well, didn't last for very long, did it? Women's Tag Team title match. Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Back to the break, we get a look at how Kabuki Warriors lost the women's tag titles to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross at WrestleMania 36 Night 1. We go back to the ring. Out comes new champions with their titles. For their first defense, out next comes Asuka and Kairi Sane. We get former ring introductions from Greg Hamilton. Sane starts off and immediately drops Bliss. Sane unloads on Bliss. Asuka tags in for double teaming in the corner. Asuka keeps Bliss down in the corner with a boot. Asuka and Sane with another quick tag in a double team. Bliss tries to fight out, but they slam her by her hair. Shane poses in the corner as Asuka poses on the corner. Shane goes back to work, but Bliss now has work on Bliss as now the referee warns her. Shane with a shot to the gut, but some mocking. Shane works over Bliss, but Bliss covers for a 2 count. Bliss with a big shot in the middle of the ring. Shane fires back and the trade slaps in the ring. Asuka comes back in and knocks Cross off the apron. Asuka can help Shane double team Bliss in their corner again. Shane tags back in for some more double team kicks. Shane with a basement drop kick while Asuka held Bliss. Shane mocks Bliss and covers for a 2 count. Asuka tags back in, but Bliss drop kicks Shane back. Asuka checks on Shane on the floor. Bliss kicks Shane back on the floor with a drop kick through the ropes. Asuka with a hip attack to Bliss on the floor. Asuka stands on the announce table and puts on a headset. She rants and screams at nothing. Cross meets her on the announce table and they have words. Bliss pulls Asuka off the table, face first to the floor. Cross nails the crossbody from the announce table, taking Asuka down on the floor. We go to commercial with Cross yelling out and beating her chest like she's an 8. Back from the break, Asuka has Cross grounded in the ring. Cross tries to fight out. Shane tags in for a double team into the corner. Shane with a 2 count on Cross. Shane kicks Cross around and mocks her. Cross counters and rolls Shane up for a 2 count. Shane drops an elbow to the back to prevent a tag. Cross kicks out at 2. Cross mocks Bliss on the apron. Asuka tags in for more double teaming as they taunt Bliss from across the ring. Asuka runs into the elbow in the corner from Cross. Asuka unloads with knees in the corner. Asuka charges again, but Cross rolls her up for a 2 count. Cross calls to Bliss, but Asuka stops her from tagging. Cross mocks the German suplex and hits the German back to Asuka. Bliss the same, tagging at the same time. Bliss unloads with clotheslines and a drop kick after some right hands. Bliss and more offense, but she misses a moonsault and Shane hits a spear. Shane gets a 2 count. Bliss slaps Shane in the face for a block. Cross tags in to double team, but Asuka runs in and super kicks Bliss. Shane drops Cross with a back fist. Cross misses Shane in the corner. Asuka tags in and kicks Shane in the back. Asuka goes for a power bomb to Cross while Shane goes to the top. They hit the tribute to the Legion of Doom, and Asuka goes right into the Asuka lock on Cross. Cross turns it into a 2 count. Asuka goes back into a submission, but Bliss breaks it up. Shane yells in frustration and goes back to the apron. Shane tags in and goes up top for her signature elbow. Cross moves out of the way and Shane rolls through. Cross knocks Asuka off the apron. Bliss tags in and goes at it with Shane. Bliss drops Shane with a DDT, but Asuka pulls Shane to the floor to break the pin. Cross leaps off the apron, but Asuka catches her with a knee on the way down. Cross is laid out. Bliss goes up top and hits a twisted Bliss to take out both challengers on the floor in front of the announcers. Bliss brings Shane back in the ring. Bliss goes to the top, but lands on her feet as Shane moves. Bliss is upset. Bliss and Shane go at it as Cross tags in. Bliss with a big right hand. Cross comes over and grabs Shane for the swinging neckbreaker. Cross covers Shane for the pin and the win to retain and still tag team champions. After the match, Bliss's music hits as the champions celebrate in the middle of the ring. We go to replays. Bliss and Cross pose with the titles in the middle of the ring. Coleslaw confirms Nakamura versus Strowman for later. Still to come, a look back at Otis and Mandy Rose back to commercial. Back to break, and Elias is on the perch in the WWE in the Performance Center. He thanks fans and talks about taking care of King Corbin at WrestleMania 36. He asks fans to turn down the lights at home and join him for his next song. Don't worry about what the neighbors say. He starts performing the new song. Elias mentions wanting to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Thank you. Good night, he says. Coleslaw and Graves talk about how WrestleMania 36 was the most social ever. Coleslaw leads us to a video package of Mandy Rose and Otis. His WrestleMania 36 win over Dolph Ziggler and what happened between Rose and Sonya Deville. Dolph Ziggler versus Tucker was up next. We go to the ring. Out comes Dolph Ziggler with Sonya Deville. They aren't happy. They stop and yell at the announcers about the video package. They just want what is best for Mandy Rose. Tucker is out next for the next match. Tucker takes the mic and says he's sorry to interrupt Ziggler and DeVille's meltdown, but clearly Ziggler is still smitten with his friend's kitten. Tucker shows us new photos on the big screen of Rose and Otis working out. Tucker says after what Ziggler did to him last week, they have unfinished business, and he will take care of it right now. Tucker heads to the ring as Ziggler and DeVille wait. Back to commercial. Back to the ring. We see what Ziggler did to Tucker last week. The bell rings and Ziggler takes advantage of DeVille. After DeVille provides a distraction, Tucker comes back and hits a big suplex for a 2 count. Ziggler fights back and goes for a drop kick, but it's blocked. Ziggler goes to the floor for a breather, and DeVille cheers him on. Tucker follows and beats him around the ringside area. Tucker sends Ziggler face first into the announce table. Tucker breaks the count and talks trash. Tucker whips Ziggler into the steel steps. Tucker then breaks the count again and goes back out. Ziggler meets him with a thumb to the eye. While DeVille had the referee distracted, Ziggler charged for the zigzag on the floor, but Tucker caught him and slams him on the announce table. Ziggler calls to the floor as Tucker sits up and smiles. DeVille is yelling words of encouragement at Ziggler. Tucker brings him back into the ring and yells at Ziggler. Tucker catches Ziggler with a big power slam for another 2 count. Ziggler and Tucker were strikes in the middle of the ring. Tucker drops Ziggler with a big right hand. Tucker poses for the camera and yells at Ziggler to get up. Tucker with a big crossbody for the second rope, but Ziggler somehow kicks out. Tucker yells at him to stay down and shows frustration. Tucker catches a kick, but Ziggler sends him shoulder first into the ring post. Ziggler immediately follows up with a super kick for the pin and the win. Shawn Michaels style. After the match, Ziggler stands tall as DeVille applauds. Ziggler's music hits, and we go to replays. Ziggler and DeVille taunt Tucker from the ramp. Coulson and Gray show us how SmackDown Tag Team Champion John Morrison retained over Kofi Kingston and Jimmy Uso in the ladder match at WrestleMania 36. Triple that. Still to come, Morrison and The Miz will host the Dirt Sheet. Back to commercial. Back from the break, SmackDown Tag Team Champions John Morrison and The Miz are in the ring for another must-see edition of the Dirt Sheet. They're back on the successful title defense at WrestleMania 36. Miz says he's the first person to successfully defend the title from his couch. They talk more about what happened at WrestleMania 36 in the various matches. They talk about Hey Hey rap song going gold today and trending worldwide. They're going to perform their song right now. They stand up and the music hits as Miz and Morrison start performing the song. The performance is interrupted by the Usos. Coming out to their entrance, Jimmy and Jay also hit the ring with microphones. They were going to let Miz and Morrison finish the song out of respect, but they can't let them do that. The two teams have words. Miz asks why they're even here. Miz says he's still not medically cleared to compete and can't perform tonight. Miz interrupts and out comes New Day's Big E and Kofi Kingston. Big E says that the match didn't go on as planned, so it only makes sense to him that the other members of the three teams get to compete for the titles. The ones who didn't get a chance at WrestleMania. Miz says he's not only not medically cleared. Kofi interrupts and reveals that it will be Jay versus Big E versus Miz for the titles next Friday night on SmackDown. New Day starts the dancing as the music hits. All three teams have words. Still to come, Nakamura versus Strowman. We get a quick promo for the Forgotten Sons, Wesley Blake, Steve Cutler, and Jackson Riker. Graves says they are now on SmackDown after dominating on NXT. Back to commercial. Dominating what? Forgotten Sons versus Lucha House Party. First tag team match since their debut. This is their debut. Back for the break. Out comes Lucha House Party. Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik. Forgotten Sons were out next, making their call-ups from NXT. Steve Cutler, Wesley Blake, and Jackson Riker. Bell rings and Cutler dominates Lince to start. Blake tags in and keeps control as Riker watches from ringside. Lince finally turns it around with a moonsault. Metalik tags in for the double teaming and a 2 count. Lince with another quick tag as they keep Blake down on the mat. Cutler tags in and double team Lince in the corner. Cutler knocks Lince's back over his knee. Cutler with more beating Lince down as Riker stares him down from the floor. Cutler with some trash talking. Cutler tags in Blake for a big double team and a quick 2 count on Lince. Blake with a knee into Lince to keep him grounded on the mat. More back and forth between the two teams. Lince and Metallic mount some offense. Metallic takes down both opponents from the top. Metallic with more offense on both opponents. Metallic with a drop kick to Blake for a 2 count as Cutler makes a save. Lince works on Cutler now. Cutler sends him to the floor. Metallic ends up nailing an enziguri on Blake. Blake and Metallic tangle. Blake with a huge clothesline. Cutler tags in for a big double team with Cutler. Cutler covers Metallic for the pin and the win. Their Blue Brand debut. After the match, Riker joins Cutler and Blake in the ring, and they pose together as the music hits. We go to replays. Forgotten Sons yell out, being the future. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross backstage celebrating. Cross feels unbeatable. Carmella and Dana Brooke appear. Carmella says they didn't get to compete at WrestleMania 36. They're hoping to make up for it by challenging Bliss and Cross for their titles. Bliss feels bad and they didn't get WrestleMania moment, but there's a line to challenge them. Dana asks if they're really unbeatable, like she heard them say. Cross and Bliss discuss the match in private. They go back over and accept the challenge. Both teams celebrate and as the champions walk off. We go back to the ring. Out comes Sasha Banks first. She waits on the stage. And next comes SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. They head to the ring together and pose as we go to commercial. Back to the break, Bayley has a mic. She recalls Paige trying to ruin her WrestleMania and their friendship a few weeks ago. But she didn't. They both say, Bayley says if anyone thinks that they can touch her, they can't because she's beaten everyone. In her humble opinion, she thinks her greatest moment yet was when she defied all odds at WrestleMania. Bayley says she is the best. We're the best. She corrects. She says they're the ultimate role models for the sheep at home who thought she'd lose her title and they break up as friends. They have 2 words. Banks finishes it. Screw you. She says no one understands their friendship and no one from the past or future can touch. The Miz interrupts. Out comes Tamina Snuka. Cole Saul mentions how it took 4 other competitors to eliminate Snuka at WrestleMania in the Fatal 5-Way. Bayley sucks up to Snuka. She tells her to shut up and says no one ever beat her at WrestleMania. It took them all to eliminate her. Snuka tells Bayley to be a good role model and face her for the title tonight. Banks also runs her mouth to Snuka. Bayley acts like she's holding Banks back. There's pecking order around here, and you don't just step up to the champ. Bayley says she does like to be fair, and Snuka can have the match if she can beat the standard, the boss, the blueprint, the GOAT, her best friend, Sasha. Snuka accepts the challenge. Banks looks a little conflicted. Snuka tells Banks her bestie just screwed her. Snuka exits the ring as Bayley and Banks talking over. Still to come segment, Strowman and Nakamura battle also. A special in-depth look at Jeff Hardy. Back to commercial. Sheamus versus Cal Bloom. Squash match. Back for the ring. Out comes Sheamus for our next match. NXT Superstar Cal Bloom waits in the ring. Bell rings and Sheamus unloads the start. Bloom fights back. But Sheamus drops him with an elbow. Sheamus stomps away while Bloom is down and the referee warns him. Sheamus with a big forearm to the chest on the apron. Sheamus backs up in the corner and yells out. Bloom gets up, but Sheamus puts him right back down with a bro kick. Sheamus covers for the pin and an easy win. After the match, Celtic Warrior stands tall and yells out as the music plays. We go to replay. Sheamus poses and talks trash to the camera as he makes his exit. Sheamus stops to stare down Graves and Cole as they talk about Jeff Hardy. Cole and Graves send us to a part 1 of the new in-depth series on Hardy that will air over the next few weeks. This part is chapter 1, The Rise, and it looks back at the beginning of Hardy's career and tapes from when he was a teenager. We also see other parts from the Hardy Boys run in WWE. Still to come segment. Again, Nakamura versus Strowman. Back to commercial. Back to the break. And 2 Money in the Bank qualifiers are announced for next week. Dana Brooke versus Naomi, and Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan. Also, Mandy Rose was trying to clear the air with herself. The previously mentioned Sasha Banks versus Tamina Snuka and Triple Threat will also take place. And your main event, Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Non-title main event, first comes Braun Strowman. Shinsuke without last with Cesaro. The bell rings and Cesaro provides an early distraction. Nakamura strikes first. Strowman ends up kicking Nakamura back with a big boot. Strowman blocks and delivers a big headbutt. Strowman talks trash while beating Nakamura down. Strowman knocks Nakamura to the floor in front of Cesaro. Strowman follows and backs up Cesaro. Nakamura tries to attack from behind, but Strowman rocks him and rolls him in. Strowman wastes some more time on Cesaro. Nakamura knees Strowman as he tries to re-enter, sending him back to the floor. Nakamura charges, but Strowman sends him into the barrier. Nakamura goes down and is in pain. We go to commercial. Back for the break, Strowman continues to dominate. Strowman with a running splice in the corner. Nakamura slides out of a running power slam and drops Strowman with a big kick. Cesaro interferes from the apron, and Nakamura levels Strowman with a big shot in the middle ring. Strowman still kicks out of two. Nakamura grounds Strowman and works him over. Strowman with a power slam, powers out and a slide slam. Nakamura gasps for air. Strowman with a splice in the corner. Strowman knocks Cesaro off the apron. Strowman stops a Nakamura sneak attack. Strowman clotheslines Nakamura and turns him inside out. Strowman stares at Nakamura and he rolls to the floor for a breather. Strowman goes to the floor and runs right over Nakamura. Strowman then rolls Nakamura in the ring. Then runs over Cesaro at ringside, sending him over the barrier. Strowman returns to the ring, but Nakamura drops him with a Kinshasa for a 2 count, as it barely connected. Nakamura looks to capitalize, but Strowman catches him with a running power slam for the pin and the win. After the match, Strowman stands tall and raises his title as the music plays. We go to replays. Strowman yells out and clutches his title. The Firefly Funhouse interrupts as Bray Wyatt appears on the big screen. He shows us flashes of the Fiend finishing John Cena at the Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania 36. Wyatt says Cena was right all along. We really can't see him. Strowman watches in the ring, and Wyatt congratulates him and says he's so happy for Braun. We hear whispers coming from Wyatt's head lantern. Wyatt says no, that was a long time ago, and he's sure Strowman has learned his lesson by now. We see flashes of Strowman in the Wyatt family. Wyatt says he brought Braun in from the swamp and gave him hope, but he turned his back on Wyatt, turned his back on his family and his creator. Wyatt says he can forgive Strowman, but his puppets disagree, except for the Raven Rabbit. Wyatt says he will forgive Braun if Braun just says he's sorry. Braun says he's not playing these games with Bray. Wyatt taunts Strowman and says his next section will be about sharing because Braun has something he wants back. It's right there on his shoulder. And he points at it. As one of the circle closes, another one begins again. Wyatt says, since I brought you into this world, I'm going to have to take you out. Wyatt says. Wyatt laughs and waves goodbye. As the Firefly Funhouse music starts back up. Strowman says, wait. He has something to say. Anytime Bray wants, Strowman is ready to let you in. Wyatt stares back at him, and he's all serious now. Strowman mocks Wyatt and says goodbye. See you later. Strowman's music starts back up. Wyatt stares back at him from the Funhouse, and SmackDown goes off the air. And we go to 205 Live. Results from the training center facility in Orlando. And we get featuring latest weekly action from the Cruiserweight theme show. Immediately following Friday night SmackDown broadcast, another edition of Purple Brand, 205 Live, immediately airing. WWE action continues as we enter the Performance Center. We're filming for Aiden English, filing in for Aiden English, Byron Saxton, and John Quasso are sitting at ringside, side by side, announcing him to discuss tomorrow's WrestleMania tomorrow night's WrestleMania event before sending it over to the ring. First match of the night, officially called as the first competitor's music sounds in the arena. Tony Nese versus Danny Burch. Things start off immediately as Nese makes his way into the ring as music sounds in the arena. From the commentator desk at ringside, Saxon Quasso note that General Manager William Regal made a huge announcement stating that he will be holding a tournament for the interim Cruiserweight Champion due to the circumstances in the world right now. Holding the champion out of the country for right now. Out next to Danny Burch as his music sounds. Burch quickly makes his way down the ramp as he heads towards the ring. Burch enters the ring with opponent Nese as the bell rings and the match begins. Nese looks to establish control early on in the match. Nese getting Burch to the canvas, attempting to make an early cover. Burch kicks out, and both men make their way to their feet. Burch able to get an ankle lock on Nese. Nese quickly bounces towards the ropes, grabbing the rope to force Burch to break the hold. Both men back to their feet once again, only to drop back to the canvas where Nese is using the bottom rope for added leverage. Attempting to lock up Burch in a submission, Burch finally able to kick Nese away. Nese slams Burch right in the back to the mat, working the left leg, and the left knee of Burch. Burch makes his way to the ropes. Nese refuses to let go as the referee begins to count. Nese letting go at 4. The match is on their feet for less than a minute before they both land on the mat once again. This time, Burch getting his elbow around the neck of Nese. Nese powers back to his feet, throwing Burch into the ropes. A leg pick by Burch. Nese tripping Burch out of the ring. Burch dropping to ringside. Referee begins the official count. Nese still wiping blood, following the back elbow from Burch. Nese heads to the ringside, throwing Burch into the barricade, followed by slamming Burch face first into the apron before rolling Burch back into the ring. Nese with a splash for another cover. Burch able to get the shoulder up once again. Nese immediately wraps his legs around the midsection of Burch. Burch struggling to move away from Nese. Nese grabs the right ear, then the left ear of Burch. Burch digging his elbow into the leg of Nese, finally breaking free. Nese tries to wrap his arms around Burch, still keeping the match on the ground to maintain control. Burch digging his elbow into the leg of Nese, finally breaking free. Nese tries to wrap his arms around Burch, still keeping the match on the ground to keep control. Burch finally getting back to his feet, dropping Nese and quickly gaining momentum from out of thin air. Burch has taken control of the match. Mr. Drop kick by Burch for the cover on Nese. Nese kicks out at 2. Burch back to his feet, dragging Nese back to his feet, looking for a suplex. Nese drops out of it and attempts to charge Burch. Burch lands a double foot kick on Nese. Nese and Burch go back and forth with strikes in the ring. Back to their feet, Nese jumps over the top, bouncing Burch's throat off the top rope. Burch jumping to the top turnbuckle, landing in a cover. Burch kicks out. Nese asking Burch if he wants to take more punishment. Burch locking in the crossface. Nese looks like he's about to tap. Nese rolls through for a cover. Burch kicking out of 2. German suplex in the corner by Nese onto Burch, running Nese for the cover. Nese wins the match. Nese then heads over to the commentator's desk, stating, "I should never lost the championship." Quasso says, "Understood." Nese adds, "There shouldn't even be a tournament." Nese interrupts Quasso, stating that he does not speak when a superstar stands in front of him. The segment cuts off there as the match between Orne Locan and Jack Gallagher in their first time matchup is announced for after the break. Back in the announcer's desk, after the commercial, Nese is still refusing to leave ringside as Quasso reiterates the tournament announced by Real Regal begins next week. Nese asks if Quasso is even listening to him, as Quasso replies, "Yes, I'm listening." Byron jokes, "I think you're making him angry, John," as we go into a video by Jordan Devlin. Jordan Devlin video clip stating that due to the current circumstances of the world and the fact that Devlin is unable to travel to America or Europe to defend his title, there will be a tournament for an interim cruiserweight champion. Devlin then adds, just know I am going to prove that not only is there one Irish ace, there is only one cruiserweight champion. In the main event, gentlemen, Jack Gallagher versus Otis and Lorcan. As the video ends, Jack Gallagher's music sounds for his match. Tony Nese is still standing on at ringside at the announce table, complaining and shouting at Quasso and Saxon as Gallagher scoffs, looking at Nese. Gallagher finishes making his way to the ring, then sliding through the ropes, running up on Nese. Nese quit speaking as Gallagher is able to enter the ring. As Lorcan's music sounds, and Lorcan quickly makes his way to the ring. Lorcan and Gallagher stand in the ring as the referee signals for the bell. And as the match begins, both men lock up early on, begin the match. Gallagher raining down strikes on Lorcan. Lorcan back to his feet, going for an ankle lock on Gallagher. Gallagher kicks his feet towards Lorcan from his back. Lorcan steps back as Gallagher makes his way back to his feet. Lorcan with a takedown as he twists the leg of Gallagher. Gallagher flipping over, and a lot of fast-paced movements between the two men. Gallagher throws a kick to the calf of Lorcan. Gallagher with body shots of Lorcan. Lorcan overpowers Gallagher on the canvas. Lorcan grabs the ankle of Gallagher. Gallagher with creative retaliation moves. Gallagher with back to his feet, kicking Lorcan multiple times. Lorcan kicked to the outside, catching his breath before re-entering the ring. Gallagher continues to dominate the match until Lorcan hits a body slam. Both men on their knees, throw slaps back and forth. Gallagher asking Lorcan to strike him. Gallagher shouting with each strike. Finally, Gallagher begins throwing left, right, and left, right. Lorcan counters, throwing hard strikes as well. Gallagher then counters and lands more strikes. Half a half suplex by Lorcan for the cover. Gallagher kicks out. Lorcan with another cover. Gallagher kicks out again. Both men back to their feet. Lorcan with a scowl on his face as he turns Gallagher inside out. Once again, Gallagher powers out, getting a shoulder up. Lorcan lifts Gallagher on the top turnbuckle. Lorcan joins him for half from the top. Gallagher throws an elbow, dropping Lorcan off the turnbuckle. Gallagher quickly landing a crossbody onto Lorcan. Suddenly, Nese is back at ringside with a steel chair. Nese states he's only there to watch as he gets caught by Gallagher. Lorcan rolls Gallagher up for the pin, but Gallagher kicks out again. Gallagher gets on his feet in time for Nese to roll in and attack Gallagher, ending the match by disqualification. Nese and Gallagher throw strikes back and forth. Gallagher then exits the area. Nese about to go after Lorcan. Suddenly, Danny Burch's music sounds. Burch comes running out for the save. Nese runs and hides behind the barricade as he shouts at Burch and Lorcan, pointing with each other an audible remark. The announcers remind us next week's tournament as the show comes to an end. And that concludes my video for this week's SmackDown and 205 Live.